to get your free planning guide. Tell them Carmine told you to call.
Summer came and left without a warning. All at once I looked and you were gone. And now you're looking back at me, searching for a way that we can be like we were before. And now I'm back to what I knew before you. Somehow the city doesn't look the same.
Welcome back to the PM show with Robert Conrad, weekend edition on CRN Digital Talk Radio.
Yeah, and if you've just tuned in, you are listening to the very, very talented Richard Marx and his new album, which came out 2 days ago. And now there's a question that we want to pose. Do you want to talk to Mr. Marx?
Oh, I sure do.
Go ahead, Richard.
Hello, Mr. Marx. This is Nettie from La La Land. I'm a huge fan of yours.
Oh, thank you. But you got to call me Richard.
Okay, Richard, great. I was just actually asking your wife, Cynthia Rhodes. Was she the character on Dirty Dancing who said, "Baby, is that your name?" Well, let me tell you something. Oh my God! You know,
I played Penny. Yeah, that was Penny.
I walk around the house saying that. I adore her. Adore her.
Well, you know what? If you met her, you'd adore her even more because she's. She's. Her talent was clear. Anybody that we can't go anywhere to this day without people coming up and saying, "Oh, I've seen Dirty Dancing 77 times." And,
you guys have a fierce timeline.
She's also. She's the nicest person I've ever met. I mean, wow. and Bob can attest to that, too. She's just, I hit the wife lottery, let's put it that way.
Hey, man, you've hit a lot of lotteries, and you deserve it. All right, so now Richard Noel Marx was born September 16th in Chicago, Illinois, and he's an American adult contemporary. He's pop, rock, songwriter, musician, a record producer. He has a string of hits, including Endless Summer Nights, Right Here Waiting, Now and Forever, and Hazard, along with most of his major songs were slow ballads. Many of his songs had a classic rock style, and we could go on and on with this. The best thing to do for you all, if you haven't been introduced to Richard Marx, do it. Go out and get this album because you're going to like it. You heard a little bit of it, and it kind of moved me because it's, for personal reasons, I kind of identified with it, but it's Richard Marx. That's M-A-R-X, and it's Stories to Tell. So talking about stories to tell, Richard, because this is the format of the show. It's their show. They have created this monster. I mean, the audience, the board is full of people wanting to call in, and they're just going to have to wait a few moments because we're talking to Richard, who has been kind enough to call us while he's on tour. Hey, Richard, it's all yours, brother. What do you want to talk about? We're going to play your songs, so that's a fait accompli.
Of course, I know you will. Well, there's a couple things we should talk about. One is, as you were reading some of that from my bio and talking a little bit about what I do, the one thing that's not in my bio I realized that really should be added is that I also, on camera, took a right cross from Robert Conrad when I was 16 years old.
Oh, he starred in a film, and we took him into the actual facility. It was called the Illinois Correctional Facility at St. Charles.
Wow.
Yes, hello. And in any event, Richard was kind enough to co-star in that film, and he did a wonderful job. So if you got a copy of Coach of the Year, right, Richard?
Yeah, that's it.
Pick it up, and you'll see Richard Marx as a young talent and getting a right hand from Uncle Bob, right?
And and the other thing we have to talk about is Chelsea.
Yes. Now, Chelsea is a product now of an album that Richard is in between these trips and releasing his own album, has been kind enough to associate and identify himself with my daughter, Chelsea. And I can only tell you that 2 weeks ago we debuted that song here, and never, this is not the father speaking, this is the truth coming from my mouth, has there been a more positive reaction than to that song we first played. She has an extraordinary quality about her singing that Richard is taking advantage of and showing it in what he's done so far. The song we just played was wonderful, Richard. But enough about her. We're going to work on that. It's about you right now. We're going into an old theme, and then we're going to be. Can you give us some more time, Richard, or no?
Of course.
All right, man. I'm just checking because we don't. We usually hold them for 8 or at the max 10. And then I do a sign where I take my finger and I go like that across my neck. And we're on camera, Richard, for this entire show. And you can see me go, whoops, get rid of that one. But we're not doing that now. I'm waving to the audience.
Well, I told you, time spent with you is time well spent. You know that.
Thank you, Roger. I appreciate that. Now, another thing, coming out of commercial, let's talk about your son. Let's give him a plug, and let's get him on this show. You got to help me, Richard, because they said, how do I get a hold of him? I said, I don't know. Call his agent. So if you can help me with that, I'd appreciate it.
Oh, no. Yeah, we'll plug it in. In fact, I just spoke to him when I landed here in Boston, and he was with me. I got to see him. He moved to L.A.
Stand by.
Are you tired of commuting to a job that makes someone else rich? Do you hate spending hundreds of dollars every week on daycare with your children being raised by someone else? With our free information, you can lead a less stressful life, work from home, and start earning money as soon as next week.
I was about to be laid off from a company that was going bankrupt. On top of that, I wanted my kids to have mommy care, not daycare. My first month, I made $1,000 part-time. After 90 days, I was home with my children. And for the past 7 years, I've been here for my 3 little girls. I love this business.
Go to freedom81.com. Get out of the rat race and start earning great money as soon as next week.
I was skeptical. However, I had to get out of corporate America. Both me